This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Mesa Ridge model 338 BHS. Alright, so walk towards the rear here. Got an outside kitchen with running water, obviously. You have a griddle here. Now the griddle comes with this LP line, and you connect it to the back of it, and then the other end will go into this quick connect fitting down here. Okay, what we're looking at there, you can lower your spare tire right through there. There's a 3/4 inch hex on the end of a shaft there. You can lower it from there. You got a refrigerator, all the usual stuff. Your slides, just so you know, they're called AccuSlides. Oh, that's the type you have. You have a power awning with LED strips. You actually have two of them. Second one right here. Now your steps fold right into the trailer. To adjust the length of the legs, you just have this pin here. There's one on each side, so you can pull the pin and slide them up and down to the proper length. The stabilizer system, which is operated from the tongue jack up there, which is kind of neat. You have TV hookups here. Put a TV outside. This is just to hook up a solar battery charger if you wanted to hook up a solar panel to charge the battery. That's where you would plug it in right there. Alright, so you got two LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery, and your stabilizing system. Now all the directions are right here, if you can see them. But you see you power it on, you can retract and extend, you can do them all independently. You can basically operate everything from right here, so you don't have to run to the front and the rear and that sort of thing. So it's kind of neat. Actually, the first time I've seen that one, so that's neat. All right, here you have your hitch, which will show you how to operate when you get in here to pick it up. This is your kill switch for your battery right here, so you can shut the battery off, disconnect it. This right here is a power inverter. Inverts is going from 12 volt DC to 110 AC, right? So this inverts power. It goes the opposite of your converter, which is inside. I'll show you that when we get in there, but this is an inverter. It converts DC to AC power. Okay. Okay, those are docking lights. Okay, so your water heater, the switches to operate are inside, except for right here. You can see that there's a on and off toggle switch right here, and behind there is a electric heating element. This switch controls the heating element, so this has to be in the on position in order to run the electric part of it. It has water in it, right? Yeah, so it has water in it, so it's ready to go. It's not in camping mode, or it's not in winter mode anymore. It's in camping mode. So I'll show you the rest of the switches when we get inside. Okay. So you have two gray tanks. So you have right here you have a gray and a black. This one is for your fresh water tank. Okay, so remember, you always dump the black first. The black was toilet water and waste. Always dump the black first and then the gray. The gray just washes out a little bit. It's cleaner dirty water than the black water, of course, which is toilet water and waste. And here's the second one here. So you have a black and a gray here also. Okay, always dump the black first. Back here is your water hookups here. So you can see you got a hookup for a sprayer right here. Your city water connection, which is the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just turn it on, you're all set. Now if you don't have city water, like you go to an older state park where you have a fill station when you first get inside, you hook the hose up to here and fill your fresh water tank, then use the onboard pump. So you can do it either way there. Right here. Even if you don't have city water, you still can use all the plumbing as though you did. Alright, now these are the two black tank flushes. I showed you there are two black tank valves. This is the front, this is the rear. So after you dump the black tank, you can put a hose on there at the dump station and turn it on. It'll spray out the inside of your black tanks. So that's a really good feature. Keeps the sensors nice and clean. Alright, and these are just hookups here for satellite and cable and some power right there. Also, you've got a 50 amp 30-foot cord. It's a 50 amp system. Also, you have a ladder going up, which is important because you want to inspect the roof every 90 days according to the manufacturer. So figure in the spring, in the middle of the summer, and in the fall, you want to go up there and check all the sealant on the roof, make sure there's no crack in your separation. You want to look at the vent covers, make sure there's no damage to them from low branches, that sort of thing. Okay. Also, this housing here tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So we sell them here. If you're interested, you just basically when you turn on your running lights, then it will activate the camera. Sorry about the sound with this. We're having issues. We need another microphone. So I know I'm fading in and out, but that's what we have to work with right this minute. So let's go inside. Okay, so right when we come in the door here, you've got your control panel. Okay, so here's your awning and awning light in the rear one, and there's the front one. Okay, you have your slide rooms here. Okay, your lights here. Okay, this is to light your water here on gas, and this is to light it on electric. Remember I showed you there were two switches, so you gotta make sure the one on the outside's on two, the one in the lower left hand corner of the water heater. And there's your pump. I told you you have an onboard pump. You use that pump for pumping water out of your tank, or you can use it for winterizing also. Also you have your sensors here, batteries charged, fresh water's empty, so on and so forth. They graduate up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray and black tank. All right. This device here is the converter. Remember I showed you the inverter outside or in the front compartment. This converts AC to DC power. So you have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled here, 110 AC. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You have 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled. If any of these fuses blow, they actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. Also, it's a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, and it'll keep it charged up. Okay. Now, I'm making a big assumption here, but I'm sure this is correct. Your inverter is to power your refrigerator, because this is a 110 AC refrigerator, it looks like. So in this case, your inverter will take the energy from your battery and run your refrigerator off of it. Keep in mind when you're pulling down the road, your alternator on your tow vehicle will be charging your battery, and your battery would be sending power to the inverter to be inverted to AC power. Okay? Alright. So let's see what else we have here. Let's go. This down here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. Now, there's a self-test button on it. It'll run through carbon monoxide test, LP test, and then it'll beep very slowly. In this case, just 4 beeps, but it'll beep very slowly when your battery's low. So this will tell you if there's carbon monoxide buildup, LP leak, or if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you that your battery is low. Okay. Microwave. Works like any other microwave. This one has a built-in, I would think it has a fan and a light and everything. You have vent and light, 2-speed vent and lights. Okay. Your oven, or range I should say, you're just going to spark it to light it. You spark this by turning it clockwise, right? So you would go to light and then spark it. Now I just turned the gas on, so there you go. You have to give it a minute, but you just spark it by turning this clockwise, and then you have your, like that. Now let me look down here so I can see. Let me just adjust the monitor. I want to see what. This one, you have to use a lighter to light it. So you would take a grill lighter, and there's a pilot light all the way at the bottom to the back, right? So you would take your oven knob, you go to pilot, depress it and keep it depressed during the whole process. Then you would light it. After it lights, you're still holding it in for another 10 seconds or so. Go to operating temperature. Okay. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. This is your thermostat. It's very simple. It's just mode. You push the mode to light it up. Then you go through fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor. Cool, which is air conditioner, and heat. Always try to keep everything on auto when it comes to the fan. Okay. It just works better that way. This is for your max air vent, the remote for it. Apparently you have, oh yeah, right there. So it's all, that's all powered. The vent cover and the speeds and all that are all taken care of right here. Alrighty. So your fireplace, there is a remote for it. You have 3 remotes for this trailer here, yeah. So this is your remote for your fireplace here. You can see you can set the flame up here, it's the temperature, and there's a timer on it to set it to turn on and turn off when you want. Your sound is right here. It's the remote for it, and of course that's your TV remote there. When it comes to your sound, basically you can stream off the USB. You have Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet and stream that way. It's got a radio, AM/FM radio built in, and so you can do a lot of different things with it. This one also looks like it's got an HDMI in it to get into the system, I think. Okay, there's your TV. Obviously works like any other TV. It's a very nice trailer. It's different. Okay, you got your slide room that bumps out here, so you have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 bunks. If you drop the table down, you can turn the bottom and do another bunk. Okay. As well as their own bathroom back here. So the thing to know, first of all, the thing to know is where the switch is at. Okay. So the thing to know is that you can't use these toilets dry if you've never owned an RV before. So right down below is your black tank. In this case, it's this black tank number 2, right? You can see down there it's empty. So when you get to the campground, you have to remember that you cannot use these dry or without chemical. So when you pull into the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you'll come inside, you go to each toilet, you'll step on the pedal, and when you step on it, water will come swirling around and go into the bowl. You just stand on this till about a gallon or so of water goes in there. Doesn't have to be exact, you just have to have some water in it and put your chemical in there, whatever dose of it, whatever brand you use. You have to have chemical and water in it when you start using it, otherwise if you don't, the smell will be terrible, plus it tends to get clogged up too. So always start off with at least a gallon of water and chemical. That goes for both toilets, the one in the front also. Alright. Okay, let's move forward again. See if I forgot anything. I don't think I have. Okay. So the master bath also has a shower, of course. Works like any other shower. This toilet, same model as the other one. And like I said, always make sure that there's water and chemical in it before you use it. Always run your fan with the shower to pull the humidity out, because these trailers are built very tight these days, and you don't want to create an environment where mold or mildew could grow. Okay. The bed comes up, there's a little storage under there. There's also storage here, obviously a wardrobe. This is a closet, but it's also pre-plumbed for a washer-dryer combo if you wanted to add one down the road. Okay. Also, you got TV hookup here. The red means the power booster's on for the digital antenna. So if you're using digital antenna, you turn the power booster on. When you're using cable, you don't have to have it on. You can shut it off if you're using campground cable. But to get a good signal over the air, you have to make sure that that is on. There's a button right next to it. I don't know if you can see it or not. If you push the button, it'll shut off. But like I said, you want it on when you're using the antenna. Okay, so let me look around one more time here. Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And I also want to remind you what I said about going up on the roof and inspecting the seals. That needs to be done by someone every 90 days. This is every trailer ever owned or built has to be inspected. So you're just inspecting it to make sure there's nothing wrong and no water's getting inside. It's just part of owning a trailer. Also, this has been summarized. That meaning there's water in the fresh water in the system and in the water heater tank. So you're all set and ready to go for that. Okay. Thank you very much.